Hey Mumbo, Mumbo Italiano. You know, this is Name That Movie, not Name That Tune. So in order to get the points, you really have to be able to pick a movie where that song was in there, not just say you recognize the song. Let's go ahead and get into Webassign. We're going to need this code. But before I take you to the actual Webassign webpage, I want to show you my webpage, which is here at uyo.edu/Crawford. There's some nice information, including right here. You can click to see all the videos for the entire class long. Students at the end of the semester say, wow, I wish I'd known that was there. You did. It was in video 1. And down here we have a schedule. That's a schedule of times when in 342 you can go get help. I don't want to leave the video on that because it still has stuff from last semester, and I'm working with the TAs to figure out when everyone's going to be in the lab, so that schedule may change. But if you go to that webpage and look at the bottom, it'll be updated with who's available when to try to help students. So this schedule is going to change in the next few days as we figure out what we're doing for the new semester, but I want to emphasize that if you fall behind in class, there is lots of help. Please reach out and don't just feel stuck. Let's go to Webassign, which is webassign.net. This is how it looks. After we're in the class, we'll probably click Login, but for right now, we want to enter the class key. That way you can get in the class first. And for this, you're going to need that number on the board. So if you're following along, pause the video, put that in, and it'll say, is this the class? Intro Statistics with Scott Crawford. That's me. Yay. Now, if you've used Webassign before, you're welcome to use your old login, but most of you probably haven't, so you'll need to create a Webassign account. And this username here is what you're going to log in with. So I'm going to go Crawford. How many times have I done this? I think it's the 4th video. And for a password, let's go with I love statistics. Notice that you got to use letters and numbers, which I always find annoying, but that's okay. We can follow the rules. And then here, this is the name. This is the name people will see when you post. Don't call yourself Stud Muffin. We all learn that mistake by doing it at least once. If your name is different than what the school knows your name as, then putting in your W number really helps me to figure out who you are, especially like if you've gotten married and changed your last name. So put your W number in there, and then I can link your Webassign account to your school account. Okay, so create. Now we have an account created. Let's log in. And it says, now Webassign does cost money, so how are you going to do it? Now, you can do your trial period, which it says 1 day remaining. We're going to fix that. You're going to have actually 2 weeks into class, which is the February 6th. So you can continue your trial period for 2 weeks, but that'll be eventually a problem. At some point, you'll need an access code. If you bought it from the bookstore, you'll use this. But most students say this really is the easiest way to just plain purchase it online. It's 23 bucks. And it'll offer you a PayPal option. I'm not really into PayPal myself, so I just want to go down here and pay with credit card. And students have used this in the past and said it works pretty easy. All I need to do now is to put in my credit card number, which is 60. Actually, you know what? Let's not put in my credit card information on the video. So after I'm in the class, then I can go log in, and it was Crawford 4, I'm pretty sure. And can I remember my password? Whew, there we go. How do you like that? So now I'm in Webassign. It tells me I have until January 18th. We're going to fix that. It's going to say February 6th by the time we're done. Here's really everything you need to know. On this side, we're going to have announcements. For example, the syllabus, list of all the videos. I already showed you where you could get that from my homepage. For homework 1, what do you need? You need the videos like the Welcome to Class. There's this video right now. If I could click on this and then scroll forward, I could see stuff before I've actually recorded it. Hashtag time travel. Over here we have homework and the discussion board, and down here it'll actually tell you what your grade is, and I use this to figure out what your grade should be at the end of the semester. I'll warn you, it takes about a month for Webassign to do really good at telling you your grade. It has to do with the way that it handles exams you haven't taken yet. Does it count it as 0? Does it? So this is going to be funny for about a month, but then it'll actually be a pretty good representation of what your grade is. Let's look at the homeworks first, because those are most important. So if I click on the homework, there is an annoying thing telling me I haven't paid yet. Why don't you just... Oh, I can't make it go away. That's just rude. Okay, so let's try. Question 1. In the syllabus, it tells you, oh, here's a question designed just to make you go back through the syllabus. Let's look at question 2. What do you do if your computer has problems loading the homework? You should email the teacher to get credit for the homework. That's not the right answer. So let's just see there's a red X. That tells you you've got the question wrong. Now, you get 5 tries on this, And look, there's 5 options. Please don't get this wrong. You should be able to figure it out just by guessing. But I hope, even if you feel like you need to guess, that you're actually thinking about it and that you can figure out, why is it wrong to just email the teacher? Because it's your computer. And I can't just give you credit for a homework that you haven't done. We need to find a solution so you can actually do the homework. Let's go to a harder question. Oh, 5. Everybody hates 5. Okay, what do you do if you're falling behind and not understanding something and you're not able to do it? So meet with the TA. That's a great idea. Skip it and ignore it. No, this class builds on itself. If you're missing something, don't just skip it. Figure it out. Watch all the videos, yes. And rewatch all the videos is not an option. That's too bad. It should be. Just wait and things will be more clear later on. No, that's the same as skip it and ignore it. Not good answers. Teach it to someone else. That's an interesting one because you would think if you don't understand it, you can't teach it. But surprisingly, when you try to explain to someone how to do the thing you don't know how to do, your brain will mesh things together. It's actually a great idea. And in an online class, that's hard because you're not meeting with people. But try to find someone you can work with or study with or email with. Post a question on the discussion board is, of course, a good way to try to connect with people. Visit the instructor. Give up is not a good one. Find someone in the class to talk to. Yes. Tell your, well, you may do this, but that's not going to help you with the homework. Form a study group is a good one. Search for additional instruction online. And it doesn't offend me if you find someone else's videos. In fact, go on the discussion board and say, here's a video series that works really well. People like to do that. Cry is not really going to help, but let's check it anyway so that I can show you how that red X looks. And we get a second try. Now we get the green check. Green checks will make you happy. If we go up to the very top, look, question 5 is all done. We've just done 5% of this assignment for you. Now, homework 1 isn't particularly difficult. It's meant to just prove that you can get into Webassign, use the system, and that you've gone through the syllabus, and really importantly, that you understand what resources are available for you. Students who fall behind get more behind. Students who work hard to catch back up, it's then easier to keep going forward. So do pay attention to the resources. Come get help if you're feeling like you need it. Now let's say you're really struggling and there's no one around. Come down here to the posting and you have homework 1, here's grade your syllabus, or funny and random if you don't know what else to post. It is part of your grade for the online class that you have to post something every week, except for exam weeks. So let's go into homework 1. Let's say question 5, which we just finished. Let's pretend we couldn't figure it out. So I'm going to do a new post and I'm going to say, I just can't seem to get this right. And so you can post on there asking for help, and even more interestingly, other people can go in, and it's okay to actually give answers on the discussion board because the homework has randomized numbers. So if you give your number answer, that's not going to help. You're going to have to walk through, here's how I did it, and here's what I did. So don't be afraid that you're going to get in trouble if you post the wrong things on there. What do you do if you have to post for your grade and you really don't want to do anything? Well, just come here and try. And just post something, anything. It proves to me that you knew this resource was here and that you could use it even if you choose not to. So there's not necessarily any rules that you're going to get in trouble for here as long as you don't actually bully somebody online. Okay, so here's where you'll see your homework. Here's where you'll post. After you've posted, here under participation, you'll get a point. There's actually nothing to click here because this isn't where the discussion board is. It's down here. And there's nothing in grades because nothing is past due yet. Over here in announcements, you'll see a list of videos. Notice there's also notes that go along with the video. For some reason, students have a hard time noticing that there, but it's useful, especially in some of the other chapters where we start doing actual statistics. Okay, so go in and get started. Your first homework is due January 25th. That's coming up pretty quick. If you have problems or issues, let me know. And in the next few videos, we'll talk more about what the grading is like and what the expectations for the class are.